Good evening, people. Premier League game week 6 was anything but boring. We saw amazing 0-0 draws, disallowed goals, and VAR stealing the show. We're going to dissect it all here on Never a Foul. This is the Saturday Rundown. It's your boy Double A, back from a week away, and I'm feeling refreshed, and I'm excited to be back, doing some content with the boys, as it is, as always. Like I said, the Premier League was anything but boring today. We saw 8 games played, and had a little bit of everything. People dropping points, goals disallowed, like I said, and obviously VAR. Controversial, you could say. We're going to talk about that a little later on. I know there's some hot opinions on that within the group tonight, so we're going to go through everyone, and then yeah, we're just going to talk about this week's games or this weekend's games. So, Daps, good evening, sir. How are you doing?
I'm here, innit? I'm here. Yeah. I don't feel too good, but I know how some of our subscribers are. And when I was in Barcelona, they thought, I don't even know what I was supposed to be hiding then, because I don't think we'd even got a bad result, but people were saying I was hiding. So, I mean, if we've drawn, then I definitely am going to be called hiding if I don't come on the stream. So I'm here. Yeah,
so I'm a bit. Your face, haven't you? So some people go hiding when the teams drop points. We know that.
Oh yeah, 100%. Listen, trying to find actually hold tight Monts. Keep an eye out for Monts, by the way. Hold tight Monts, because finding a Liverpool fan today was very difficult. So hold tight Monts for coming on. But yeah. I mean, we'll talk about the City game in a minute. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, yeah, thanks for being here, I guess. We're going to go to Goodison Souls. Good evening, sir. Thank you for dropping in and being part of the stream tonight. How you doing? Looking forward to tomorrow. We'll talk about that a little later on.
Oh, I'm hella excited. We'll get into it later on because because obviously being in Manchester right now as well is very interesting.
Very, very. Looking forward to speaking to being a United fan. Looking forward to speaking about that game and how we think it's both going to go for our respective sides later on. Jords, good result for you. We'll talk about that a little later on. Things looking good on the white side of North London right now, yeah?
Yeah, man. We're carrying North London right now. We've got a big Champions League return this week coming. But yeah, man, I'm feeling good. Unbeaten this season. I can't complain. One of the only 3 Premier League teams to say that. So, yeah, man, I'm good.
Did you just say you're carrying North London?
Yeah, bro. That's what
I mean, they are top. Come on, man. They are top, to be fair.
I mean, top of what? When they played 3 of the bottom 5 teams? Come on, man.
Well, it is what it is. Listen, I don't believe they're challenging neither.
On Wednesday night, there's something big happening. That's all I have to say.
I hear you. We can talk on that later as well.
Roy, thanks for joining us as well. Obviously, the controversy surrounding your game against West Ham. We'll talk about that a little later on. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, very, very controversial, but it's one of those games where you just got to take the 3 points and assess the performance after.
100%.
Looking forward to speaking
Tottenham
a little bit more on that
season, I think, anyway.
And so, yeah, VAR owed us after what they did to us at Tottenham anyway, so you could say it's a bit calmer in our favour.
Okay, yeah, we'll get into it a little bit later on when we come around to the Chelsea fixture.
Monts is backstage now, I think, as well.
I was building up. All right, Mum, chill out. I was building him up. I was going to bring him out. Don't worry.
Yeah, go on.
Last but not least is late entrance. Has to be start a show. Take all the attention for himself. It is the boy Monts. Good evening, sir. Hope you're well. How you doing?
He's just woke up.
No,
you know them ones where you've just woke up.
Liverpool just put me to sleep, G. That's what it is, bro.
I know the feeling.
Football's a horrible sport, man. But I digress. Let's pick up everyone.
The energy. Listen, we've got United and Arsenal in here right now as well. Who actually, Double A, put yourself middle, please, because you're hosting today.
Okay, all right, okay.
Centre stage.
If I need to.
Hate this.
Make sure everyone in here, you are smashing the lights, run up the lights. Let's hit 50 as quickly as possible, please, people.
Exactly. Let's get into some comments then before we kick off. Big up to Bogamont who's locked in.
So me and Bogamont have already been going back and forth on Instagram because he's saying, that he tried saying that I said that City is the best team the Premier League's ever seen. And I'm sure Monts and I think AA and anyone that's ever done streams with me, I don't say things like that.
No.
Also, with the Villa thing, has everyone in here seen it? Because I think what it was is the ruling is shit again. The reason why the goal wasn't given was because I think the whistle had already gone or something. I believe it was something like that. The Sky said it earlier, but apart from that, he wasn't offside. They should have gave the goal. But
the thing is, I don't think it's because the whistle. I don't think it's because the whistle went early. I think maybe it was something even earlier in the build up. Because I remember
it might have even been that. The Sky
was it
said
last season or the season before, but Sheffield United were playing Newcastle and. So Maximum went through on goal, and the flag got brought up offside, and he just went ahead and scored anyway. And they ended up saying it was a goal. So I don't really get what they've done, but Villa definitely should have had that second goal.
Yeah, we had that with Aubameyang as well.
I'm not going to come on here. Anyone thinks
that I'm going
to come on as a City fan and say that he was offside. He wasn't offside. So it's what it is. I always say it swings and roundabouts decisions.
No, but Daps, let me ask you something on that though. But we've seen you guys in this situation before where you're now down and you're behind in the game, and it seems to unleash a different Man City. Do you not think the game could have turned in your favour if that goal was allowed?
Do you know what? My bedroom messaged me saying exactly the same thing, that we looked a bit kind of, like I said before, we had our best. For me, I mean, the only thing, maybe Alvarez. I think Alvarez is looking really good, but we had a very, very good team out today. I thought Foden was looking good. I think Foden's going to have a very good season again. I don't think Foden had a good season last season, but I think Foden's going to have a good season. Haaland was looking on it. De Bruyne was looking at pace. Everything was looking pretty calm, like we were going to get a clean sheet and whatever else. And then, but Villa did really well and they've done this against us before, and I don't mean last season. They did it a few seasons ago where they just soak up all of our pressure, then hit us on the counter, and they hit us on the counter well. I didn't see their goal coming. I'm not going to lie. I've sat here trying to work out where we went wrong, and I think the only thing I can say is we missed a couple of chances in the first half that we should have finished the game off. Kyle Walker had a chance where if he would have just laid it through to Haaland 1-0 earlier than the second goal. Mahrez had a chance that he shot, and again he could have put maybe Haaland in, or alternatively Haaland could have took a bit more of a risk and made his run a bit earlier. But this is why I said to you lot before, who's watched it. Admittedly, I'm not feeling too great. My head's pounding when I was watching the game, but I'm trying to watch it as best as I could. And I was trying to work out where we were going wrong, but I don't think we were bad, and I don't think Villa were good. So I'm not really too sure how it ended up 1-1. But it is what it is.
Do you know why? I'll be honest with you. I think it's one of those weird footballing things. I don't know why it happens in sports, but you know when you're so used to playing in a certain team and playing a certain system, your team still hasn't clocked you've got a striker. Like there's elements of, Haaland's in the right place. Walker 100% should have cut that back. There was no reason for him to shoot. He had a year to think about what he wanted to do because he wasn't being pressed.
Yeah, I was going to say this. The amount of time he took to let the shot off tells you he was probably even thinking, should I pass? And it's like, I agree with you. The same with Mahrez, but
do you know what, though? I'm going to be honest here. I think Haaland's absolutely put the fear of God into Foden. You know when he didn't put it back. Now all you're seeing him cutting it back.
Yeah, I agree with that. And when Foden, so 2 games Foden could have put him through and didn't. I think Pep also had words with him. The game that Foden did cut it back and Haaland scored, Haaland was interviewed after the game and they said, Foden was really good today. He said, he's learnt to pass to me at last.
I think he's gone from not passing enough to sort of passing too much.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'd agree with you, but Haaland is always there, right? So if people are passing and Haaland isn't there, then I'd agree with you. But ultimately, Haaland is always there. And it is kind of one of those things where they have to get used to knowing that for the good of the team, if Haaland's in a better position, we're seeing it when he's getting chances, he's eating them up. So we just need to, Walker. I can't be mad at Mahrez because Mahrez scores a lot of goals, but Walker, nah, bro, you pass the ball to Haaland, innit? That's your job. You're not a guy that like Cancelo scores more goals than Walker. So, but it's disappointing. I had said yesterday, I predicted a 3-1, but I had said I'm not seeing this as an easy game. And Pep said before the game, Gerrard's fighting for his life right now. They're never an easy game. And I think the one thing looking at all the games today is there's no easy games in the Premier League. Like there isn't. There's none.
And then every week is a dogfight to get 3 points. Just 3.
I was going to say to you that.
Have you froze, Double A?
It's just me. You cut out. Yeah.
Look at that. And anyway, it'll be back in a minute. But that is it. And you look at the results today. There was so many. Like you're back now, Double A.
Yeah, I'll just stay. I don't know what's going on. I was going to say, looking at a positive, obviously, it looks like this season, the Premier League, anyone can beat anyone. You've seen some of the results from the big teams, obviously dropping points. So you think, obviously, going for that three-peat, this could turn out to be a point gained for City, if you're going to look at it as a positive.
It's not a point gained because Liverpool drew, we drew, right? But it's not a point lost neither because I am, sorry, Jords, and we can get to it later, I'm not yet seeing Tottenham as a title challengers. I'm not seeing Arsenal as yet. So right now I'm thinking we just need to keep ahead of Liverpool because I do believe Liverpool sooner or later will bounce back. And the other thing I would say is this time of year is not City's time of year anyway. So if we're picking up a lot of points this time of year, that's only a good thing because we can be a few points behind whoever's first in January. It's not an issue. This is what we do. We will catch up because when it gets to that business end of the season, it's not an issue. But we can't at the same time let anyone get too far ahead. And Jords, I was already worried about next week. Yeah, I was because we know Tottenham's form against City. I actually have said that if you don't beat us next week, I'll rule you out of a title race, right? Because you always beat them.
You know why you should be worried? Biggest reason why you should be worried because Son has not played.
Yeah, exactly, bro.
Today, I will say today he was really good. He was very lively. He was active, involved in all aspects of the play, and he was just unlucky. He tried really hard to get that goal and he didn't find it. And the point that he's been doing that today, next week, he's getting it out of him. He's coming to City, his stomping ground, his favorite team, and he's going to unleash himself. And that's why I'm confident going into this game. I know that's a game.
I'm not going to lie to you. I get your confidence because that's the exact same reason for me. Because last year I actually went on a Tottenham Spaces the night before for like 20 minutes and was having a good conversation. But I was like, I'm not going to lie. Son's getting away with murder because he's been poor, right? And then he rocked up to the Etihad and did some madness. And I was just like, I can't say nothing because literally. But then the other thing is I said it in the group, Jords. You lot are looking difficult to beat. And that's important. A team that's difficult to beat, that's very important. So a team that's difficult to beat, if Son starts firing, then that can be worrying. But like I said, next week's huge. We've got a game in midweek I think we're away at Seville. We just need to get our bounce back. Pep never usually goes on much of a run of dropping points. So, look, it's not crisis time. But when Liverpool are dropping points, for me, we need to be picking up every single point and making the gap between us and them as big as possible. So
we're crap. We're crap. There's no. Stop thinking about the gap. We're not with it. You man, congrats on the 3P.
No.
But you know what? I've got a serious question.
Sorry.
Stop acting like I'm one of the big boys.
But this confirms when people say stuff like Drifty, I see you. Congratulations on winning the 3P, and everyone doing this 5 games in before today had started. It's like, even though I am confident, more confident than I've ever been, right? Let's not be silly. It's 6 games in. right? We can't be saying City have won the league. That's ridiculous. But I get why everyone's saying it, because you can say that, and then if we don't now, it's like Pep has had a complete meltdown if we don't win the league. So, but go on, what were you going to say, Sols? You're going to ask a question.
I was going to ask, like, do you not think this is now the comeback of the Premier League to normality? Because yes, we've had stupid seasons where, you know, there's been 90 to 100 points to win the league. Do we not now see the quality of other teams coming back, with the fans coming back? You know, I think this is just going to be one of those normal. When I say a normal season, it can still be ludicrous, but like those 80, you know, plus-ish points rather than the 90 to 100 points.
Yeah. Do you know what? Do you know when you could? It would be really good if someone was to track something. I don't know how you could even show it on a display or nothing, right? But if you were to be looking at the season so far, you have to take Arsenal out of it, yeah, because Arsenal are on maximum points, right? But if you were to follow certain teams, you'd see certain teams of like, so Villa, for example. Villa have drawn with City today, but Villa have predominantly lost to other people. Then you'll follow Fulham, and you could follow teams and go, well, they beat this team but lost to this team, and there's no pattern to it, really and truly. It's different. Everyone can get something off of anyone. Like,
like,
do you know what I mean?
I don't know about that. I wouldn't be so like that, because the only teams
getting confident.
No, because the only teams we dropped points against was Chelsea and West Ham, two of our London rivals, 2 games against one of our tough teams. Like,
I hear you, George, but then we've dropped points to Newcastle and to Villa, right?
Yeah, and that's 2 poor games for you. That is 2 poor.
But you're not going to come out now and say that's because Tottenham are levels above City. It's this is a thing that anyone can get it.
It worries you.
Apart from Bournemouth.
It definitely worries you, because it's happened so early on in the season. Usually City leave that and they have 1 or 2 of those games in January where they go on a little bad run. They drop 2 points.
No, it's beginning of the season. Always beginning of the season.
Last
season we lost to Tottenham. Then we lost to Palace, and
you drew to
Southampton.
Yeah.
In the first like.
And then they won like 12 in a row after.
It's once we get to about October, November that we come alive.
Yeah. So I've just got a question for everyone apart from that. So obviously with City dropping points, do you each think your respective teams can challenge them this season? Have you seen anything that you think?
Nah.
Even if they go on a run,
they'll inevitably go on
push
them.
They're gonna keep.
I might exclude it from it. It's all of us. It's all of us.
Yeah. So for each your respective teams, talking on behalf of just your team only, do you think any of you can actually challenge them for the league this year, given what you've seen so far? I know it's only 6 games, but you know,
if you're basing the logic on 6 games, if you're basing it, forget Arsenal. I don't think we're in a time. But if you're basing the question on 6 games, then yes, because they've dropped points. But the reality is, they came back, like the way they played against Newcastle and the way they came back, the Crystal Palace game going 2-0 down and then beating them 4-2. That mentality is so friggin' hard to firstly get and then obtain for 38 games. And only so far, this is not a dig at any of our clubs, but I've only seen Man City maintain that level of mentality. Do you know how exhausting it is? Like, so my answer at the minute is...
It's true, because Liverpool used to have it, but then they've gone 1-0 down so many times, and they haven't been able to.
9 times. So 8 out of the last 9 games, you've conceded the first goal. And Roy, actually should have been 10 today if VAR was obviously VAR. Fair enough, it would have happened again. Like when these men went 2-0 down to Palace, I didn't flinch. Man, them were going, I was at football. When these men were 2-0 down, everyone was shouting and screaming. When these men were 2-0 down, I'm like, do you not watch City play ball? Do you not watch these men? You think, bro, the way they won the title last year, that was enough for me. I've seen it too many times to go, you know what I'm saying? Their mentality, unless I see them 4-0 down, I'm not calling that in. I'm not calling it. Because 1 goal, the place erupts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Today, listen, but it didn't today. Let's be real. After Villa scored, I didn't really think we were going to score today. But I do think that was something to do with the fact that Haaland, and I'm not blaming Haaland, but it's something new. It's different. It is something different to what we were doing last year.
Pep needs to get some blame now. Like the
substitutions are a bit questionable.
does he know that he can make a substitution, or does he think?
Oh no,
you're not
bro,
allowed?
hold on. No, last couple of games he's been making 5 subs.
Now,
bro.
you know what?
Yeah, but then he forgets again. Like, it's
No,
like,
but
what happened?
with Pep, I feel like because he's so used to his formula working, I feel like he just thinks, you know what, like they'll get it done. They'll get it done. Like, don't worry, we'll keep things the same, and eventually it'll click and they'll get it done.
Yeah.
And obviously against Villa, it didn't work, and that's okay because like no team is perfect. But in future, he does need to utilize 5 subs because whilst he might have a formula that's proven to work, that doesn't mean that it won't have its occasional off there, and it doesn't mean that fresh legs will never help.
Yeah, 100%. We'll move on from City now after this. But the one thing I feel like he does need to get his best 11 and he kind of needs to stick with it. But the fact is, we're probably going to see this across all of our clubs. I was just having a look around then to see with the fact that we are having back-to-back games now, that we are all having to rotate because all of us are trying to do something in Europe as well. All of us, right? So we are going to see rotation. Yeah, it's what it is. Listen, when Liverpool dropped points and we went 1-0 up, I was happy. I'm not happy that we've drawn twice now this season, but at the same time, I can look at last season and think by this point we'd probably dropped 4 points already. We've dropped 4 points this season. Is what it is. I'm good. I'm just a little bit pissed off today. But Haaland got another one, double figures already. And
that's actually nuts, you know. I can't lie. I was of the guys saying that he's not going to break the record, but he will score like 20 goals. But it's nuts. Yeah. If he's on 10 already, he has to score 30. If he doesn't score 30, it's going to be like
as long as he stays fit, he will. That's the thing. As long as he stays fit, because he just knows to be in the right place at the right time.
Even if he had like a 2-3 game like drought where he doesn't score, you just know he's coming back with a hat trick to just make up for it.
Yeah,
like,
and even,
that's my point. If he stays scoring at that rate, he has to score 30 plus. If he only ends up with like 25 goals, then it's probably going to be a bad season considering he's going to have like a lot of games where he's not scored goals.
Yeah, I think he gets minimum 30.
And that's the standard he's setting, and it's incredible to be honest.
He's already matched Werner's count from the time with us.
That is nuts.
Werner got more goals than all your forwards, isn't it? Already.
That's crazy.
Anyway, there we go. Not Sterling.
Manchester City won, drawing at Villa Park this evening.
No, don't count that German Cup game, man.
So the early game today was obviously the Merseyside derby, and it's probably the most entertaining 0-0 the Premier League has seen for a long, long time. Monts, obviously being a Liverpool fan, you've come in, you're not very happy, I understand. So looking at the sort of stats, 60% possession, 23 shots overall, 8 on target. I know it's a derby and stuff like that, but that's a game Liverpool should be wrapping up, yeah? I know you hit the woodwork a couple of times. What's going wrong? 3 times. What's going wrong?
Listen, Klopp just bucked a manager that's just as good as him and Frank Lampard, and unfortunately, 2 elite managers, it was a stalemate. It happened.
No, I'm joking. All right, no, I'm joking.
Come on, give us your thoughts overall of the game today.
I've fallen out of a lot of Liverpool fans today, so I don't like being right about things when it means it's to the detriment of my club. But there are too many things that are wrong. There are a few positives. There's never no positives. There's a few positives that you take away. So just list a few of the positives.
Yeah.
Dropping Firmino back into a midfield role is finally Klopp's decided to do that when that should have happened probably 2 seasons ago. You know what I mean? That should have been made an option 2 years ago to take the pressure off some of what we have already. People are coming back.
There's that many positives, to be fair.
Yeah. People are coming back from injury. And Diaz came a little bit closer to the goal by hitting the post this time. But now to talk about what really matters. In a game like this, it's always going to be feisty. Tackles flying in. Obviously, you can see the ref trying not to give yellow cards for tackles that are actually yellow cards and all that stuff. Virgil probably should have been, maybe goes in the orange card, could have been sent off, maybe should have been sent off category.
Yeah.
A lot of bad decisions today from VAR in general, though. So what can you say? There's just so much wrong with what's going on. that Everton team, yeah, they set up a certain way, but going forward, they looked dangerous. Let's not act like because we have more possession, we outplayed them. I think we were better than them in terms of, they were just better than them, but in terms of who would you think is going to get the goal, even though we hit the woodwork more times, their attack just looked more fluid. It looked more fluid, and they didn't have to be that good to do it. That's what scares me. When you don't have to be that good to look fluid against us. As I said, right now as it stands, if you want, like, no disrespect to Man United, but Man United weren't good when you weren't good when you beat us. You just wanted it more. I think if a team just wants it more than us, you already have half a chance of beating us. If you sit with 2 banks for 5 and a fast striker, someone who's willing to run, you've already got 50% chance of beating us right now. And I don't know whether that's Trent, whether that's Robbo, whether that's it could be all of them. Do you know what I mean? Right now, tactically, it's pass diagonal. That's all it is. Pass diagonal. Pass diagonal. Hold on, Daps. Turning Salah into a provider rather than a goal scorer is worthy. I can't even. That is criminal. Criminal is an understatement. Criminal is an absolute understatement. I haven't. For those of you who know me, you man know me in it, so you probably understand my opinions on Darwin Núñez. I've never been a fan. I mean, it's safe to say you don't know that I've never been a fan of Darwin Núñez. Yeah. I have eyes, and everyone's telling. This is how I know the club is down bad. We're shouting and screaming for someone like Diogo Jota, who doesn't even touch our starting 11 last season without injuries, right? We're dying for him right now. The standards have dropped. Man, them are telling me when I'm asking for positives, when I'm asking for stuff about Núñez, man, them are telling me he's quick. Man, them are telling me he looks sharp. He caused problems. What the fuck does that mean? I am supposed to be buzzwords, man. I am supposed to be. Yeah, it's like you man are using. You man are trying to You man are starving. Like man, them are on their knees for little positives to find about Darwin Núñez to make.
Did you not like that little shot he took though? That was close. That shot.
Man, are telling me he volleyed it and the keeper made a good save.
That was a great shot.
I'm saying, so because he had one great shot.
I'm not gassing him up. I'm just saying, was you not impressed by that? Like, it's a little glimpse of something he can provide, isn't it? Like,
sorry, can I just jump in real quick? Just jump in real quick. People, there's over 130 people in it, and there's only 60 likes, right? If Cass were there, he'd be going mad, right? It's free. Just tap the like button, please. Support the channel, support the panel.
Yeah. And 144 now, so you need to be up in them likes.
We need to be a lot. We're usually about,
it's free
ratio.
Yeah, so, doesn't cost nothing. If you're enjoying the content, get smashing a like. That's what we're here for. Supporting all these great content creators. Just do it. Nothing. It doesn't cost you nothing at all. So let's get it done.
Yeah.
Monts. Now, I don't want to talk on the elephant in the room yet, because someone else will bring up the elephant. But I just want to. Do you not think his substitutions were mental as well?
Yeah, I'm getting to it. I'm getting to it.
Carry on.
It's just, as I said, so with the Núñez thing, fans are telling me, convincing me he's the guy. Like, with time, it's going to work. With time, it's going to work. And I'm sorry, but I have eyes. And Núñez is a striker that can thrive, just not for Liverpool, in my opinion, because we're having to bend and tweak the system for a man that's only had one good season in a shit league. It doesn't make sense to me. It will never make sense to me. But when I say Darwin Núñez is he ain't it, man will talk, yeah, but look what Salah's doing. Diaz missed his sitters. Yeah, of course, the sky is blue. But it don't make Núñez any better. It don't mean he's worth it.
No, Elias agrees. Big shout out to Elias. Darwin Núñez is not good enough. Sell him.
Is he that bad? No, it's not even. Do you know what it is? He's not a horrible footballer. No, he's a horrible footballer. He's not a bad player. He's a horrible footballer. They're two different things. They can be the same thing. But
I don't think he is.
It's just that I don't think he's right for what we're doing right now. He's never been what I think Liverpool need, and Liverpool fans are convinced they've convinced themselves that he's the guy to take us forward because standards have dropped.
Wait, no. Do you know why they? Do you know why they do that, Monts? And you know what? It's almost Klopp's fault for being too good because we've seen what Klopp's done with forwards. As in,
So they
I personally think any forward, if you want to reach the peak of your powers, there's no better manager to pay for than Klopp. And obviously, you guys have had pretty good recruitment. So if you pay the big bucks for him, and he's paying for probably the best coach of forwards like in world football, then you can't really blame your fans for having faith in him.
That's a big accusation, right? There's no better coach of forwards than Jose Mourinho. That's not. I'm just going for that.
Okay, maybe Mourinho in his prime. But right now, like Klopp's the best coach of United. And the fact that you spent big bucks on him and your recruitment record's been good, then I don't think you can blame your fans too much for having a lot of faith.
Of course. But Roy, I'm just saying, as I said, watching him before he's coming, watching him as he's coming, seeing what I've seen, the portfolio I've been given, people were calling me reactionary when I've been saying this since before he kicked the ball for Liverpool. I think what's unfair is the comparisons to Haaland. That was never fair, obviously, because Haaland is an established footballer. Darwin Núñez has had one good season of football. So that's cool. Like, I'll protect him.
But this is what people do. People make stupid fucking comparisons all day long.
Of course.
Right? All day long. And it is. Both of them need to just be given time. You know what? I'm starting to think, though, Monts, that we can look at individual players and we can look at this and that. I think it's like the season that you didn't retain. I thought people would talk about the injuries and put everything on the injuries, but I was like, nah, it's more than that. Like, something's happened because of the injuries. Klopp's maybe acting a little bit different in the dressing room, and then that also has an impact. And when I look at it, I feel like at the moment, like your team's morale is down, right? So Salah is not performing.
We just scored Daps. We just scored a 98th minute winner. We just scored a 98th minute winner.
Oh, no, but that's what I'm saying, though. There's bigger issues. There's something going on. There's bigger issues at the moment.
100%. But Klopp, you look at Everton. That's a gladiator battle, Daps. Yeah. You start Carvalho. You start Carvalho, who has bare gel in his hair, bro.
Bro, I was going to say this. The substitutions you made,
Milner instead of Arthur. Are you insane?
But I just think, like, I get why you start. When we saw the lineup earlier, and I saw Carvalho and I saw Billy Elliott, Billy Elliott. When you play him in the pivot, he's Billy Elliott. So, like, but when I saw them, I thought, do you know what? I get it because they can run the channels. So I get that. But then you're right. It's a dogfight. So actually, it maybe would have made sense that you start, if you want Milner to take place in this game, start Milner for the first 60 minutes and then bring Carvalho on to stretch the game. Where it's the other way round, where it's like you're bringing on Milner as an impact player off the bench.
When you've just signed Arthur with all this PR,
I don't think he was match fit, Monts, but
he was on the bench, Roy. He was on the bench. He's been crying out to play ball, bro. I've
got a few issues with Liverpool this season and like with Klopp too, because just looking at that game, I think there's a time and a place to start Elliott and Carvalho in midfield together. Starting two 19-year-olds in a game like that, they were always going to drown. That's why I feel like Henderson had to play. Henderson knows.
Just to interrupt you, Harvey Elliott was fine. But
Elliott was okay
until he played in the pivot.
Yeah,
he was fine.
But like that midfield lineup, I just feel like in a game like that where it's so important to get stuck in, to be winning duels, to make sure that you're winning those second balls. And Elliott, who I think is more of a winger than a midfielder, and Carvalho, who isn't a central midfielder, he's more of a number 10. I just feel like it was very much square pegs and round holes. And Gay and Onana made sure that they were the one winning the duels. They were the ones getting the second balls. And that's why it was like a basketball game at points, because it was just so end to end. Like, and
bro, the Brixton midfield was always going to boss us.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with the system, but just two things. Firstly, Salah and Diaz need to be far closer to goal, because two things are happening when they're so far. Number one, either they just can't get to goal, and because the defense is blocking them, as shown by Salah's 4 shots on target this season, which for a player of his ability is woeful. And also, because they're having to do so much to even get to goal, like, look at Diaz's goal against Palace. For him to just get to score, he had to dribble past 7 players and lick it past Gaeta from 20 yards. That was just for him to score. So when you start so far from goal, by the time you even get to goal, you're already tired. Like to even like rush into the goal scoring positions to be able to convert the chances that come your way is already difficult.
I think that's a tactics thing.
Yeah, that's systematic thing. Like even Salah's I'll look at the average position, and Salah was literally so far out wide.
No, he's hugging the line.
Yeah, when he's usually way closer to the box.
It's by the byline, bro.
And like it's not making sense, and no wonder like his numbers aren't what they usually would be at like a month into the season, because the systematic change, it's just keeping him and Diaz so far away from goal. And the second thing is, please, God, you're listening to me. Get my guy Fabinho some help, man. He's got no help. No help.
Roy, you're spitting, G. You know, as I said, you're spitting. When usually I know we'll have to argue, but you're spitting, bro. It's right now. Fabinho is
doing his
brain's deteriorating, bro. He's got nothing next to him, around him. He had two 19-year-olds to monitor today in a battle. It's not good enough.
Another thing is, I was saying last season, right, that I know things don't always happen in cycles, but if you look at City and Liverpool, there has been cycles of injuries. It will go, we have a few injuries one season, you have a few. Yeah. Now, last season, you went further in all competitions than you've ever done. You played a lot of fucking games. When you played Chelsea in the cup final, I looked at you and thought, you look knackered, right? And then by the Champions League final, you were also knackered, right? And then Klopp's gone and played more friendlies than anyone else, I think, in the summer. Mm-hmm. And it was also a short summer. And now you look at like Robertson looks tired. Trent today wasn't on the boil. Fabinho just looks knackered, and you're getting all these injuries. And it's like, well, this is what happens when you try and win everything, and then you have a short summer and still playing crap loads of friendlies. You're running players into the ground physically and mentally, and I think that's what it is now.
I just want to add to your point. I want to add to your point because, as a Liverpool fan, I would be very concerned in the direction this club could head in, because I don't want to kind of throw shade at Klopp, but we've seen Klopp's patterns of, once he gets to a certain, when he gets a certain number of, seasons with a certain club, that this happens.
Oh, not the seven-season thing, man.
No. Wait. Let me make the point first, and then you'll understand what I'm saying.
7 seasons is too long for someone to even try and like.
No, but what I'm saying is, now Liverpool are in this weird position where they need to rebuild in a sense. They need to now bring in a different sort of structure to their team. And I just don't know what they're trying to do, because Klopp, literally 2 weeks before the window, or about a month ago, he goes, we don't need a midfielder. And then literally, as the worst time to come to a realization that you need something is 2 weeks before the window ends. Like, making these U-turns, like, I don't know where, like, when Klopp came in, I was like, and the changes Liverpool made, they were proactive. And now it seems to be very reactive. And that's not a title-winning team. That's never going to win you anything. And that, to me, is a big, big concern. Like, your recruitment seems to be a bit iffy, because why do you need Darwin Núñez when you've got Diego Jota there, who pretty much is a better version of his profile? And a Premier League proven version.
I said I don't want to fix. I said I don't want to fix Jota, and they laughed at me when I said I don't want to fix Jota.
Jota's not even exactly what they need.
Think about it. If you've got £90 million, think about your summer with £90 million. Let's just say you didn't get Núñez and you used 90 million. You know how much your squad could have improved? You could have gotten, for example, sorry, George, but you could have gone in and maybe hijacked that Basuma deal. For example, look at the deals that were done in this summer.
Zaha.
You could have even tried. I know it would never happen because City won't sell, but you could have tried and hijacked that Zinchenko deal, for example. There's so many things you could have tried.
Could have got Ivan Toney.
Yeah. Or actually, let's go with the
today, though, to be fair.
You're looking at Gakpo as well at one point.
My original plan, and again, crucified again, like, I said when the Núñez rumors were surfacing and all that stuff, I said, why are we doing this? We put in an 8 million bid for Tchouaméni. It got rejected. We have now, all of a sudden, we're going in for a striker. Personally, I would have given Origi and Jota till January to pull up trees, because Jota has proved he can pull up trees in the Prem already. And Origi has proved as a fine backup. So I would have kept those two and put everything on getting a centre mid. That 85 million that got put on Núñez should have been on a centre mid. And I would have given the two guys that we already have up top in Firmino Jota, and Origi, give them till January. I'd rather panic by a striker than panic by a midfielder because you have to get.
You didn't need to with Jota, bro. With Jota and Salah that actually can score goals, you didn't need to.
This is what I mean.
And Diaz was scoring last season. You didn't need to. It really wasn't needed.
So, but again,
it was almost like you were trying to compete with Haaland.
But in the fan base, bro, these men are. I promise you, these men are convinced Nunes is a baller, bro, and it scares me, bro. It fucking scares me.
No, he can. He can become one. I'm not gonna write
him
off. But
it's a bit too early to be writing him off.
It wasn't what you needed. Like for me, like when I look at it, like I hate it because Arsenal fans do this as well. They're like, yeah, but a player wasn't available. But if you look at some of the midfield moves that have happened this summer, Liverpool could have easily had their pick of choices.
They could have got Matheus Nunes, 38 million.
Yeah,
He offered that.
Another one.
He said he was waiting. Boy, he said he was waiting for the deal, bro. He said he was waiting.
There's no excuse not to have signed it. There's no way he wouldn't have joined. And Fabinho, Nunes, Thiago,
I think that's the worrying thing. Because if like what you said, Monts, like in terms of they've reacted, let's just say if they did reacted to that Haaland deal, that to me is a bigger concern than anything they could have done. Because why are you reacting to what Man City are doing when they've had that pressing issue for 2 seasons? You've not had a scoring issue for 2 seasons or 3 seasons where you're like, well, we need something. You needed a midfield, like, more than anything.
100%.
So, last question, Monts. When did that Edwards geezer leave you?
Just before the summer window, like a month before.
Okay.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Finishing off on Liverpool then. Monts, obviously, Wolves next week at Anfield. What do you need Klopp to do?
No.
You think they'll be in it, but what would you like Klopp to do? What can he do? What can he change?
I need him to think. I need him to take off his. I need to breathe on his glasses.
Okay. In case he doesn't, in case he can, you tell him now what he needs to do. So he watches back and says, "Right, okay, Monts, I'm on it." What do you want him to do? What do you want your managers to do?
Wolves' midfield is already better than ours. So he needs to look at that. He needs to look at Fabinho and give him some protection. You don't play Milner in this game. You play Arthur. Elliot is fine. Elliot is our best player right now. And that shows all too well where we are as a club right now. So I personally have a midfield of Elliot, Arthur, and Fabinho. And then, if we can get a goal in the first half, which we haven't done in God knows how long. I'm not talking about the Bournemouth game. That doesn't count. They're dead food. So, it's about handling it. Do you know what it is? We just need to get the first goal. Back to basics. Go and get the first goal. And stop this pass, diag, and give Salah and Diaz the ball on the touchline. And like Roy said, having to beat 5 players and like Salah's having to do these snazzy outside of the foot crosses to create opportunities. Like, you know what I mean? It's just. So just get the ball in the back of the net. Start Firmino. I don't know why Firmino was benched after getting 6 GA in 2 games. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
Maybe tired.
Yeah, I don't see how he got benched.
Ludicrous, and he even had a good game.
Also, actually, I'm going to say the same thing I said for City. Maybe the fact that you've got a Champions League game this week, so he is having to rotate.
Who are you playing in the Champions League once?
Who are we playing in the Champions League? I haven't even checked.
But either way, you want to get the points early, don't you?
Yeah, your group isn't easy, so it's going to be a tough game.
Yeah, and you just want to get the points
Napoli away. Napoli away next game.
All right, okay, yeah, you do need to rest. Yeah,
tough game, definitely. Okay, then so there we go. Today's early kickoff was Liverpool v Everton, 0-0 draw. Obviously, as we can tell, Monts very frustrated with that performance from the side from Anfield. Before we get into the next game, we're about 9 likes away from 100. So everyone that's in here, 153 of you. Some of you haven't obviously liked the video yet, so make sure you're doing that. Supporting all these sick creators. So yeah, just smash on the likes. That's what we want you to do. Right, let's move on then to the next game. We'll go down to North London, shall we? A team that are doing some bits. He said earlier on he's a bit happy with how they are at the moment. Probably it seems a lot comfortable than this, obviously being a 2-1 win for your side, Jords. You was at the game today, you said. How did you feel in regards to the performance? And what do you expect from Spurs this season?
Oh, it was an amazing game day. I had hospitality, so but free food and drinks beforehand. I was sipping it up. I was even having some drinks down me, getting prepared for the game.
Yeah, but not as good as a barbecue. Not as good a hospitality as a barbecue.
Oh no, never as good. You can't get.
All right, insecure.
One of a kind. But if you don't know, if you do come to a Spurs game, jerk chicken outside the stadium, untouchable. I tell you now. But yeah, the game. The scoreline doesn't really reflect how the game went. I will say that. It was a 2-1, but we had 2 disallowed goals, 2 goals which you can say, like, they're fairly disallowed, but also very close in the fact that they maybe couldn't have been compared to some of the other goals that got given today. But the overall performance was solid, a lot better than we have over the past couple of weeks. We've not really been conceding much chances, like Daps said. At the back, we was defensively solid. Romero and Longley came into the lineup today.
Longley started.
Longley started. He looked good. It was his first start, first time I've seen him. Very comfortable on the ball, very composed. He allows us to play out from the back a lot better. And Romero today, you can see how he transforms our back line. People tried to say how we looked worried and looked a bit flat against West Ham, but when you can see the big difference from when Sanchez isn't in there or when you're missing out Davies as well. But we just... why is Cass smiling?
What's this guy doing here?
Carry on.
He's just sitting there with the biggest grin on his face.
Don't worry, you're fine. Don't worry, you're fine.
But yeah, no, the game, Richarlison. I'm coming for all the people that just been trying to hate on his name, trying to say he's not going to be a good signing, tried to compare him to Gabby Jesus. There's a reason why he's Brazil's number 9, and he showed that today.
Come on,
he showed that today why he's Brazil number 9. The passion, the aggressiveness, the dribbling, everything that about his game. He's starting to prove why.
Look, Jesus is showing over the road, but and some.
He had a few chances where he could have scored. He had an amazing volley which hit the post off the inside of the post. If that went in, it would have been some real R9 talk. And as Monts said, when Salah's got to do these snazzy little outside foot passes, it isn't for anyone. It isn't for everyone. But if you watched last week, you see my boy R9's out here doing those. But yeah, man, Harry Kane back on the score sheet again, like you guys have been saying. Just can't stop him at the moment. Just can't stop him. I know Haaland's doing his mad thing. Kane will slowly continue to catch up because he's just scoring every single game.
Is he outscoring them, Jords?
I believe so. Well, depends.
He's scoring one every game while Haaland's scoring generally like double hat.
That's my point. So I expect Haaland to go on he'll probably go on like a 5-6 game streak where he doesn't score. I also expect him to get an injury because he gets injuries every season. So going off of that rate, and if Harry Kane just keeps up scoring 1 or 2 every game and keeps the consistency like he always does throughout the season, he's going to be a big problem. I predict him to get 25 plus goals. I still think he will. If Haaland gets 35 or something crazy like that, then I'm not mad at Kane for now scoring him. That's what I would say on that. But on our prospects for the season, 4 wins, 2 draws. It's been a decent start to the year. I'm not going to get too carried away and start talking about title challenge or anything like that. But from the way that Chelsea have dropped points, the way that Liverpool dropped points already, it's making me feel a bit more comfortable knowing that we haven't lost yet. We've got a few games ahead of us where we can afford to potentially drop points if we do, and it won't look so bad. So
we're the same, Jords. Right. Us and you are the same, right? We're the same.
What'd you say?
1-4 drawn 2. We're the same, are we? Tottenham?
Yeah. We're on the same points. We're both 5 points ahead of Liverpool or something like that. So, and I didn't expect Liverpool to be so bad. I really didn't expect them to look so bad. So it's definitely giving me more confidence. But the one team I'm scared of, I can't lie, is Chelsea. I think Chelsea are going to grow as the season goes on. As their team starts to gel, they've filled in pretty much most of the holes that they needed filling with.
Yeah, say that when you've just drawn against them. Say that when you've just drawn against them. Yeah.
Not all top quality. No, they weren't good against us. Let's not lie. They wasn't that good against us. But
Chelsea are fucking shit, bro. Let's get this straight. Absolutely shit.
As I said, going forward.
We had the combo earlier. Chelsea's defense, if Chelsea's defense gel,
that's my point exactly. The defense.
Yeah, I know, but
you have Zakaria as an option now in their midfield for when Gallagher didn't look good today. And then you have Aubameyang, who, let's not lie, Chelsea haven't had a striker that can score even 10 goals, let alone 5 or 6. So all Aubameyang has to do is score 10, 11 goals for them, and their team looks a lot better. So that's why I'm scared. I'm not going to say that they're title challengers.
But after today's performance, I know you. I know you after today's performance, because I swear down, like I don't know who's up in that VAR room, but that was the worst decision I've ever seen by VAR to date.
Rubbish.
We'll get to that in a minute.
I just want to say one second before. I just wanted to come in because I like no one said much. I was like, oh, hi Monts. Wow, running away from the battle. Wow, because see how it is.
Hey, please remember, yeah, we got a big game coming tomorrow. Yeah, don't open your mouth to it.
No. This is the thing. Yeah, I've got. Wait. I've got about.
Cat, are you nervous?
No, I've got about 16, 17 hours to have as much banter as I want. And this is it. Why have none of you? No, I'm not nervous. Why have they beaten us once in 16 years at Old Trafford? Anyways, and that was when there was no fans. So I just don't understand why none of you. I'm so disappointed in you guys that you haven't really gotten to Liverpool the way you lot should have. I am so disappointed. Why are they getting off? Why are Chelsea again off the hook as well? Like this is shit. This is shit. Nah, man. Nah.
Without knowing what.
Now, Jords, out of everyone here, Jords, I expected more from you, my guy, because you're the only team today that's won. The only team. And obviously, Chelsea don't count. Chelsea don't count. On Chelsea. Nah. I'm not having it. Monts. Hello, Monts.
Fam, what do you want? Play your fucking game tomorrow, fam.
Man, I'm oppressed. Full court press right now.
That was like the extra keep. What do you want? Stop ringing me.
I do agree with Cass. Like, you know, if this was like United or Arsenal with Liverpool's performance, like we would be getting it, bro.
Man have been shit for so long. So man, like it is what it is, fam.
Did you see the bond we were getting last season for losing 3 games?
Hold on. Right, okay, Cass.
Cass just came to cause chaos, man. He wasn't even watching the stream. He just came to cause chaos.
I want problems.
You don't want peace. You want problems.
I want problems. It's just that I just thought it's been a little bit light. It's like been a bit too easy. Even a little bit on Man City. Like, what the hell was that going on earlier too? But long story short, it's not about that. They're still up there.
Cass, you nervous, bro?
You're just forcing that agenda right now. I'm very composed right now. I'm gonna buck Saeed tomorrow. We're gonna walk from a rush. What's it called? A Rushmore. What's it called up in Man again?
Bro, get to know the
Rush
ends.
home. The ends. I need to. We're gonna walk from there to Old Trafford tomorrow with confidence. Real confidence. You know what the funny thing is? If we win tomorrow, this confidence is gonna look sick. I'm just saying, Monts. Hello, Monts. Can you get some eye contact right now? Thank you. Please tell me. Thank you. Monts. Before I just had to come in. This is like Monts. This is Monts. 90 plus 6 minutes today, or do you want another 7 when next game? How many more minutes do you need?
Backwards passes.
How many more minutes? How many more minutes do you lot need?
Keepers faking injuries.
All right, so back to the show. He's taking over the show. Like, he's gone. All right. Right.
Is he gone now?
Yeah,
no, I'm right here. I'm the boogeyman.
What? He came in a different position. This is mad.
Get him out of here.
Well, he can. He runs the channel with us, so he can come back if he wants.
I'll compose it. I'll be all right.
Relax. Jords, so go back to your team. So it looked good in defense, looked good in midfield. Obviously, the attacking department looks great as well. Obviously, we were talking about Basuma before. I think most of our teams would have signed him. Arsenal looked like they were going to get him. How does he get into this team? Considering he was a great signing, true piece of business for you this summer.
It's difficult for him at the moment. Even Conte said it in his press conference, because that game against West Ham, he didn't have a good game. He got an early yellow, and it sort of prevented him from going into most of the 50-50s. He didn't really look comfortable defensively, and on the ball, he looked good on the ball, but he didn't really have a good game against West Ham. Let's just say that. So in his press conference before this game, Conte said it quite bluntly that he's behind Højbjerg and Bentancur in this team. He's quite some way off them because he needs to learn the system. He needs to just reach up to the level. And I can't lie, at the moment, Bentancur and Højbjerg are playing so good that he just can't break into that team. I do think that he deserves more minutes, and I do think with the amount of games that are coming up with Champions League this week and then Man City on the weekend again, he's going to get more minutes. But it will be a while before he sort of finds himself into the team, because at the moment, Højbjerg and Bentancur are just playing so good. And recently, Højbjerg's been getting loads of criticism. And if you see his goal today, just nice little 1-2 off Richarlison. Great finish, and even just his all-round game today, he's just tidy on the ball, breaking down all the play, and took control of midfield. So right now it's going to be hard for Basuma to break into this team, but once he gets in, I'm sure that he's not going to lose his spot.
Yeah. Quickly as well, Bailey's just saying about Spence as well. Obviously, I've seen a few Tottenham fans today saying
Conte's not a big fan. He's not. He made it very clear. He said he's not my signing. He's a club signing. He's one he's a player that's going to be very good for Tottenham in the future. And he said that like 3 times.
I don't know about that, man. Jed spends the time on the bench, fam. That's his new name. Jed spends the time on the bench. That's it, fam. I don't understand that. Jed spends.
Potentially later.
I think he's a baller, though. I wanted him at Man United. I'll be real. I think he's got sick, untold quality. Like right wing back, he's ideal in that, sir. But 180 people in here, yeah. You not being too nice, bro. There's 111 likes and there's nearly over 170 people in it. Like, what's going on?
We don't
Come on, guys, man. Nah. But yeah, hey, it's what it is. Let me be a little bit composed. I'm just gonna say it right now and nicely, innit? Like, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Obviously, we're actually a good community of people here. But if you don't want to support us, then get the fuck out. That's all I can say. Just get out and go to another channel. I don't care, bro. I'd rather people that support us than people are just gonna be here doolallying and just watching and preying like you're next man in the corner of the room at a party looking at gala that you're never gonna move to. Like, what's the point? You know what I mean? Like with a drink standing there.
Young, to be fair.
Yeah, you know what? You know what? We actually tried to go inside and move to them. It didn't work out. But you know what I mean? But yeah, that's what I have to say. Thank you very much, guys, if you did like the video.
That's what we did when he's not left.
Double A.
Hello, thank you very much. Right, we're going to go to one of the controversial games today. Chelsea 2, West Ham 1. Obviously, that big moment for that disallowed goal for West Ham. Was it a foul? Wasn't it a foul, Roy? Take it away. You said something a bit controversial before we started the show, saying you thought it was a foul. Please tell us why that was the case.
It's 100% a foul. We see players hurdle challenges all the time. Bowen could have very easily hurdled Mendy. He didn't. He left a trailing leg. It hit Mendy, and it caused him pain. It's clearly a foul.
Did he hit him enough to cause that reaction?
He left the trailing leg.
Wait. It's after he palms the ball away. That affects his next actions after that. That contact between Bowen's foot and Mendy affects the action he can do after that. Therefore, it is a foul. It's very, very simple.
It's never a foul.
Because
subscribe.
It is a foul. You know, you're just doing
like the video.
It's so clearly a foul. I don't get how you can think it's not a foul. Like it might be a soft foul. I'm not saying he kicked him in the head or something like that. It's not like it doesn't deserve a red card. But it is a foul, plain and simple.
What is the Bowen thing?
Well, you said it was a trailing leg. It's not a trailing leg. He literally was in motion, which you can't.
Oh, he jumped over him. He tried to jump over him. He didn't even put his foot on him.
And he
barely touched the guy.
I'm sorry. I'm not
what about Arsenal then? Wait, what about?
Done anything. Players hurdle challenges all the time. Bowen could have very easily taken both legs over Mendy, and it would have been calm. But he left the trailing leg, and his team suffered for it. Hold that.
You know what? I remember an incident with Arsenal.
Roy.
Yeah,
I'm with Roy.
No, with Arsenal. I remember an incident with Arsenal. I feel like the time when my man was backing up on Ramsdale. I can't remember who scored against them. He was backing up against the Ramsdale. Was it that one? And my man's proper on him like that, and you can tell he's like targeting him and everything. But it's not a foul either. Like not every contact's a bit of foul. Like he literally jumped over him, didn't stamp on him, didn't kick him in the face. He got to say first.
It affected his next action. It's a foul. Simple.
Man said his action.
If it was against Chelsea, would you say the same thing?
Yeah, it's a foul.
He's a liar. Look, he's not even blinking. His eyes not even blinking. He's a liar.
It's very simple. It's a soft foul in our favour, and it's harsh on West Ham.
But Cass,
the rules are reversed, it's harsh on Chelsea, and it's a soft foul.
If it happened to Man United, it's a foul, but it's not a foul, bruv.
But Cass, this is the thing that we all need to realise now. And let's stop with all our opinions. Right? Let's stop with all our opinions. By the letter of the law, was it a foul?
To me, I don't know the refereeing rules or anything. No, I don't think it was.
You know about football? Is that a foul?
No. To me, that's not a foul, man.
You know, like when we come out after games and we start moaning about decisions, sometimes I'm a bit like, it's stupid. Because we all know that fucking referees and VAR, we're fucked.
Big up,
they get them wrong all
man.
the time. Why are we going to think like when I said to you before, Cass, when the rules came out in the summer, I think to do with offsides or something, and it was supposed to be to make it more black and white, and every single one was based on someone's opinion, not on black and white.
You're telling me this?
You know what?
This is
refs are fucked. We can't expect
That's
it.
not a foul.
No, he didn't hit him like that because he would have tripped over in that motion. He would have definitely buckled.
You
know what? No, you know what we need to do. Souls, can I do one thing as well? I want to hear Jords on this because he's more of a rival to Chelsea than we are, right? I'm just gonna say this, yeah. You lot, I haven't heard anything about you. Man, need to start questioning Mendy, bro. Like honestly, he is shocking.
No.
I need to hear energy for it. I need to hear energy for Mendy because he looked like the best keeper in the league at some point.
Since he won AFCON, he's been dog shit. As in, it's not okay if he's been average. Oh, he's been all right. He's been good. No, he's been fucking shit. He cost us against Real Madrid. He's basically
you get those swear words in. We got the swear jar coming, you know.
Oh, sorry. He's been.
No, sorry. No, you can swear. You can swear, bro. Fuck that. Go on, it's got the swear jar.
Oh, nah, but since he won AFCON,
collecting those Arsenal tears.
Like he's been absolutely crap. As in,
but what about Reece James?
His one, like he freezes way too often. His 1v1 ability has fallen off a cliff. Like he's been fucking shit for a good 8 months now. And if I'm being honest, if I'm Kepa, I'm thinking, why am I not getting a chance? I'm not even saying Kepa's a better keeper than Mendy because I don't think that's the case. I just think Mendy's confidence is absolutely shot. But at this point, Kepa deserves a chance. 8 months of shit form cannot keep you in a squad as good as. They scored with the goals that our squad has.
How much was Mendy, by the way? Can anyone tell me?
22 million.
That's quite cheap, to be fair. I was going to say you need
to spend. I wanted
2 million on the bench.
I wanted to go on to right about Reece James because that is one of the most fugazi calls. Like how did that not get pulled up? I remember a few years ago when his son done it to Rudiger, I believe it was. And he just gave him a little kick in his leg. Rudiger was rolling around on the floor, straight red card. No games, no questions asked. Reece James has lunged. He's lunged at Antonio. We've seen what studs can do. You can leave big bruises on your legs. That is very dangerous and violent conduct.
Listen, he put his
How did that not get pulled back?
It was a light.
How did that not get pulled back?
That's not a red card, man. Let's be. Come on, man. Like, if you want to call it a yellow card, if you want to call it a foul, I'm cool. But red card, come on, like, let's
violent conduct.
That is not violent. Chill out, man. That's not violent conduct.
No, but this is a thing with fans. I'll be honest.
What Maguire did to Batshuayi, that is violent conduct. Putting your stud on.
I was watching Coppish earlier, yeah.
That is not violent conduct.
I was watching Coppish earlier, yeah, and you see when Carvalho got a dead leg. Drifty straight away was like red card, and it's like, bro, it's not a red card. I'm sorry, it's not a red card.
No, it's a yellow, man. It's a yellow.
Where's Monts gone?
Simple.
I don't know. He's here. But
he's hiding. Sorry.
This is the thing. We're all going to say things based on our club. Like we just need to understand that referees are shit in it, and
yeah, they are fucking shit in this country.
We can't hang our hats on what refs are going to do. I will say it, and you just have to. If you want it, you'll get it. I'll go back to when we played Bayern in the Champions League and they got a player sent off and I still felt like we were playing against 12 men because they wanted it that much more. We can't hang our hats on refs' decisions. They're shit. We all know it. Like Rodri last season, handball, yes, it was. Right?
Yeah, I just want to move on from like
we just have to. There will be decisions that go opposite ways, and we just have to. We can't rely on refs, man. So it's what it is.
Let Roy talk on the performances. So obviously,
like we've spoken a lot about the foul. It was very, very controversial. Yeah, but, like the cookies crumbled and the goal got disallowed. We won the game, but I just think this is the case of it was a London derby. I think it's very much a result over performance sort of game. We got the result. The performance wasn't good for a variety of reasons.
Yeah, that Monts.
Firstly, the formation was shit. As in, I fucking despise with my whole chest 5-3-2. I cannot stand that formation. I think it's atrocious formation. I think secondly, Brozier deserved to start. I don't see how Gallagher made it into the 11 again. I've said it from the start, he's crap. And let me tell you why he's crap very, very quickly. He cannot play in our pivot. He cannot play in our forward line because he's lacking too many fundamentals. He's not particularly technical. He's not particularly creative. He can't dribble very well. He can't pass very well. He can't defend very well. That is not a Chelsea level player. He cannot play in our pivot. He cannot play in our forward line. What is he doing here? Stocks were high after the season at Palace. Therefore, we should have sold him and invested the money into a midfielder instead of waiting all summer, just doing absolutely
another attacker, if anything.
And then
still
no, midfield was more important, and panic buying Zakaria on deadline day. Midfield was a massive issue on massive issue on our team. The defense is cool. I still feel like the attack, we've got Sterling and we've got Aubameyang. Now it's on Tuchel to maximize what he's got at the moment, because he had essentially free reign to build the team how he wanted over the summer, and he decided to not really address the midfield. So I think it should have been Sterling, it should have been Brozier, it should have been Pulisic. Mount and Havertz both deserve to get dropped because they've been fucking atrocious this season. Gallagher shouldn't have started. I just think maybe he went through midfield because like our midfield pairs this season haven't been great. Then we got overrun at Leeds, Southampton, they weren't great either. But I just think the formation changes wasn't it. And I think once we get once Kante's fit again, once Cover gets back up to full speed, I think Jorginho deserved the game off. Obviously, we've got Zakaria coming in. Hopefully, he balls out. Then once you add Aubameyang and Sterling, I think our team will look a lot better. Like George said, I think we will eventually kick on. Like, we're not going to be winning, then drawing, then losing, then drawing, then winning every week. Like, eventually we will kick on, and hopefully it's to finish in the top 4, win a domestic trophy, and go far in the champs. But those are my expectations. And with what we've done,
Tuchel's on fraud watch.
Do you think Tuchel's under pressure this season then, or
massive pressure? Like not many managers get completely free reign. Like, he's been given completely free reign to shape the squad.
Sorry, can I just comment
because of him? So
Cass, you've come across Roy before. I don't pause. Massive pause. But I haven't. But Roy, I think, do you do Twitter?
I do.
Right. Is Roy, Jords, Cass, anyone that does do Twitter quite a lot, is Roy quite controversial?
Yeah.
No, I would say he's more. I'll say he's more realistic about the team, but
I'm not gonna lie.
He's got better talent ID than Tuchel. That's what
he would troll, but he keeps looking good.
Roy. There's not much he said that I disagree with. I think he's been the most balanced Chelsea fan I've ever heard in my life. To be frank with you,
I can be controversial, but if I want to talk, then
this is the man that was on Countdown, bro. He was on Countdown, bro. He's a G. I'm not joking. He's a genius. Give him any.
Did you bang Carol Vorderman? No, because if not, then
listen. Let's keep it PG, lads. Let's keep it PG, lads. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's keep it PG.
That wasn't a no.
That wasn't a no.
No, listen. I'm a man of God. I'm enjoying being single.
My bad. But no, I think what you've just said there is pretty spot on, because I do think me and Ty and Cass were speaking earlier about your defense, right? And if you look at it, it's very bad. If you're playing 3 at the back, yeah, and you've got Fofana, Silva, and Koulibaly.
Yes, it's a great back 3.
Then you've got Cucurella on the left or Chilwell coming in. Then you've got Reece James on the right, and whoever else is coming in on the right, maybe not as good as the backup there. That is a fucking good defense. Like,
I think it's time to drop that though. I think it's time to drop Thiago Silva. He done look. Chelsea were in a situation. He improved them when they needed to be, but now they've been kind of found out with everything.
Give Fofana one season alongside him just for that experience.
I don't think so. I thought you take him out and add an extra attacker or midfield into there, man. But it's needed. You don't need that defense. They're leaking goals. They're under pressure. You add another midfielder, invite the pressure up the field right before he comes back at you.
That's why I'm hoping Zakaria can be that guy, because if he's the one. If he can be like the shield our defense needs, then we don't need a back 3. We just play Fofana, Koulibaly, and if Zakaria is a good shield, you're sorted. But
that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking that as well. I agree.
Because the midfield and Jorginho couldn't really like protect the defense properly, we had to add an extra centre back in there.
That's why I was saying Zakaria and Kovacic makes so much sense in the Premier League. Jorginho in the Champions League, yes.
Kovacic's transition is insane. That's
he's
what they're missing.
So much better under
his transition is crazy.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah. Back over to you, Double A.
Yeah, so there we go then. Chelsea 2, West Ham 1.
Sorry, just quick. Monts, are you all right, bro?
He's just wiping his tears. Give him a sec.
It's cool.
It's all right, man. It's Liverpool fans in general.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. Okay, yeah, so finally, we're going to get into what is going to be the game of the weekend. Manchester United hosting Arsenal at Old Trafford. The battle of two fierce rivals. Could it be a rivalry for top 4 this season, or maybe even a little bit more? Manchester United. Well, just hold on. Just hold on a second. I'm not finished. Don't interrupt. Your mum teaching on manners. What's going on?
Not really.
United starting to show a little bit of form. Arsenal with what is a perfect start to the season so far. Cass, since you jumped in, I'm going to start with you. What are your thoughts surrounding the game at Old Trafford, and why are Manchester United going to win?
Because I think, like, I don't know if Odegaard's going to be 100% fit. I still think that knock is still going to hold to his actual game, regardless whether you like it or not. Does he last 90 minutes? Maybe he plays through the pain, but then that means Odegaard's going to be sore for the game after. But they can do that as in pause. And then basically, you can wait a week anyways and get rotated. But I've got way better at that, by the way, haven't I? But
you have.
Yeah.
Lokonga, it's the Lokonga piece for me. It's that piece there that makes me think, does that really offer too much protection? He's not even a 6. He's an 8.
It's a dance.
He's an 8 in a 6.
It's a dance.
I just thought, yeah. So I just feel like Bruno. I think if we just print, you know what it was? See the Liverpool game. If we just press like that, I feel like they're done out. They're done. They're finito. It's no point even talking about anything else. Don't care who they got. Saka. I've got more than enough faith in Malacia to pounce on it and just do whatever he has to do. Double up. Martinez, Jesus, do your false 9 role. Do as much as you want. It suits Martinez to a T. Ran in cover as well. It's not like it's the Aston Villa game. Tyrone Mings and Konza not having a clue how to work with each other.
3 games, and yeah, I'm
but
defense. Come on, bro.
No, but it's the way we have defended, and it's the way Martinez plays. He likes the guy that want to drop deep and do all that kind of stuff. It don't bother him. That's where he's at his best. If you want to play against Martinez, you want to be running in behind him. If anything,
that is the battle of the day for me.
The
Brazilian Argentina battle between them is the battle of the day. I honestly believe that.
I feel like Martinelli is going to definitely. I don't say Jesus is bad. I'm kind of scared. I still don't believe in Delo. But why I think we win 2-1 is just because obviously that Manchester United, the record speaks for itself. 1 win in COVID in 16 years at Old Trafford. And
why are you so nervous then, Cass?
I'm not nervous.
You are, bro. I know you.
I know what you're trying to do. It's not going to work on me, my guy, but it's okay. But other than that, I just feel like, I don't know. Ronaldo starts for me tomorrow. I would definitely start him and has to start. Sancho, Rashford, then bring on Anthony. We got better subs. I'm not saying it's going to gel well. The only thing I have one issue with is can we be more clinical than we have been? That's it. Because Arsenal are good and they do take their chances more time unless it's if Martinelli's shooting or somebody like that. Saka, I don't really care if he shoots. So yeah.
Okay, cool. So we're coming over to you. Obviously,
you've been listening
to your season. You must be going into the game full of confidence. Where is the game won and lost for Arsenal tomorrow at Old Trafford?
I think it's for us. It's a 1 in attack. I mean, obviously, we need to be taking more of our chances. This is going to be one of those games where if you make one chance, you've got to score that chance. You know, they're not going to come frequent. It's going to be a battle of, attack. Like literally, it's going to be our 3 versus their sort of backline, whatever that ends up being. Whether Casemiro's there as well. It's a weird game because we don't really know what United's 11 can be because they've added players in. They haven't really started those additions. So is this the game where Casemiro comes in? I mean, if I'm going off of like the atmosphere I'm seeing today, this game is going to be wicked. Like there's already people getting up for the game. Cass is going to hate this, but I've got to say it because it's part of the atmosphere. But even the mega store today was pretty busy today. So,
was you there?
All those Irish.
I don't believe
Irish are over.
Bro, it pisses me off.
That whole area was because there's you'll know in it. There's a shopping place nearby.
Yeah. I know. So, yeah.
I had to go there, so that's why I know it was fairly rammed out, and a lot of people, especially from the Old Trafford area, coming in. So it's already building up. A lot of people are there. I've bumped into a few people going to the game. A lot of tourists, actually. A lot of tourists have got tickets to this game. So I can't believe it. Yeah, like a lot. I was surprised, but there weren't. And I asked them, there was a few people from around, but it's going to be a good game. And I think for us, where the game can be won and lost is mentality, because one of the things that we do is we can really throw games away once we make a mistake. Obviously, this season we've seen Saliba score an own goal and then pounce back in the next game he scores. Gabriel scores in the direct game that he makes a mistake in and wins us that game. If we can have our mentality on point, there's no reason, and I think we've shown glimpses or enough that our mentality is strong enough that no matter what adversity we go through in this game, there's always that hope we can come back. And this is the first time. I know oppositions have been weak and we're expected to win, but this is the first time when we've gone down or conceded a goal where I'm like, we're definitely getting another one. And I've never felt that way for about 18, 19 years. I have never felt us going and being like, all right, you score. Right, we'll show you how to
You've got
score.
that inevitability.
Yeah.
I agree with you. And this is someone said to me earlier about Arsenal being a problem. I can't remember who I said my thing with about to City. I said my thing with Arsenal to City is that what Arsenal are doing this season is a mentality thing at last, right? And I've seen Arteta building it over the last couple of seasons. I'm not gonna lie, with the players he's got rid of and the players he's coming in, you could see he's learned from Pep. It's about mentality. And the one thing I'd say against City is that, unfortunately, however much Liverpool might want to claim mentality monsters in the league, it is us, factual, right? Yeah. So, but where I think it's a shame, because I think if Arsenal had this fully fit, I think they could go there and they could get something. But when I look at your team, I just think the injuries you have, could that affect the mentality of the players on the pitch? Because they're like, I don't know, man. It's just I want Arsenal to win. Of course I do.
No, but think about it. We had the same injuries against Fulham.
I can't see it.
Right, we had the same injuries against Fulham. We went a goal down and they pounced back.
Yeah.
It's United are 3 on the bounce, bro. I'm not gonna lie. United
I know
now
it's different. I know it's not comparable, but when you say does the injuries affect the mentality? I've personally not seen that. I know it's one game and it's very small sample sizes we can go off of. But we didn't have Zinchenko and Partey, and that team to me didn't look any different. Not in a bad. Maybe. I know Zinchenko takes it up a level and Partey takes it up, but that team didn't look any different in my eyes in terms of we have now become that Man City where no matter who the person is, the team still performs to the same level. And we've created that system.
Zinchenko could have been so big for you tomorrow because of the fact that obviously he's linked with City.
But he has travelled.
You're like that Man City. That's the worst comment of the day. All right, moving on.
What? Say that again.
Did you not hear what he said? We're like that Man City where no matter what play changes.
But the last thing I will say is what everyone needs to Cass and Double A. You know what to expect. Yeah, in the first for the first half, the first 65 minutes, Jesus is not going to stop running and pressing you lot. Yeah.
No, I think people have taken what I said out of context. What I'm saying is, when it's not quality. By the way, I think when people make comparisons, people think we're making the same quality comparison. I'm not making that we're on the same level. What I'm saying is, how last season when certain players weren't there, you could see our system changed. I've not seen that yet. Like when we've had certain players out or Kieran Tierney coming in, yes, obviously their movements are going to be different in terms of one's an overlapping, one's more inverted. But in terms of how we approach games, doesn't change anymore. It's just, right, okay, for example, Partey's injured. Granted, Lokonga's not a 6 or whatever, but he goes straight into that position and tries and does what Partey does. It's no longer, let's change
it's not that hard to do what Partey does. He drops you 4 out of 10s. Yeah, he drops you 4 out of 10s when he's injured all the time.
But you know what? I get what you're saying because Pep said this at the very end of last season when we had injuries. He said if Foden needs to play centre-back, Foden will have to play centre-back. He knows the system and he knows what system players have to do now. He won't be able to do it as well, but if he has to do it, he has to do it. So I do get what you're saying that you have a system now and players know the system. So
I got a question for the panel quickly as well, just before you wrap it up as well as just for Roy, Jords and Monts. Who do you guys really want to win tomorrow? Who would you rather win?
I was going to do that. I was going to get four predictions from everyone.
Oh, sorry.
No. Who do you want to win? Who do you not want to win? Like, do you want? Because if Arsenal win, we have to everyone has to start putting respect on their name, bro. Like, honestly, they can't be the same old Arsenal. Not for me, anyways. For me,
Arsenal are capable of going on Arsenal are capable of winning 5-6 games on the bounce. They done it, I think, 2 times last season where they went on 7-game win and what other was it a 9-game win? On the second half of the season, might be 9-10 games.
It was about 10 or 9 or 10.
And Arsenal are capable of doing this. The difference is they've just done it from day one. So and the morale is high. I personally think Arsenal will win. I don't really like either of you personally. I'm a London Liverpool fan, so I don't like Arsenal, but also fuck United at the same time. So now I know what it feels like for Man United to see City.
It's all right, man. We go 3 points above you tomorrow, man. It's all right. Eat those tears. Mind the gap.
4 points. 4 points. Or was it 3 points?
I think it would be 3 points ahead if you win.
Never mind. Anyway, so it push you for a prediction then, Monts, on what you think the game will be.
1-1. 1-1. I think the first 20 minutes is going to be a mad thing.
Wait, did you just say you think Arsenal will win? I thought you just said you think Arsenal will win.
No, if I had to win.
Oh, you have to
pick a winner. Yeah. Daps, what's score prediction?
See, it's one of them ones where I want to say, like, I will, if I'm being dishonest, because I really don't want fucking United to win it, I say a draw. But because of, like I said, it's a shame. I think Arsenal, without injuries, I think Arsenal could have really, really pushed you. But I think the injuries are too. It's key. Look, is your keeper playing? Is he fit?
Well, he's travelled, so he should be playing.
See, these are the things. It's key on that. If their keeper's playing, Odegaard's playing, then they have a chance. If they're not, for me, United are going to be too much, man.
Well, there we go. Roy, can we push you for a prediction as well on tomorrow's game?
Yeah, I've been watching Arsenal these past few games. They've gone 1-0 up, and they haven't put it to bed, and they've conceded, but they've been able to get the winner. But I think they go 1-0 up. I think they will have the better game. I think they'll have more possession, more shots. I think they'll go 1-0 up. I think United will equalise, and I don't think Arsenal will be able to find a winner. So I think it's going to be 1-1.
1-1. Souls will come to you. You're going in confident, and can you think Arsenal can get a win? And what is your prediction?
I mean, everything's screams we can win. We're going on it with confidence, 5 on the bounce. But so are United to a degree. They've kind of found a bit of form coming into this, winning 3 in a row against mixed oppositions as well. But that's always going to play a role. Their last home game was against Liverpool, which is huge. To beat one of their other rivals, and then their following game, the fans are gonna be up for it, which is always gonna play a factor. But this is where, for me, if we I'm an advocate, our mentality is shifted. So if that's true, this is the game you win. Cass was saying we've won 1 in 18 years or something like that. Brighton barely win there, but they managed to go there and get a win and kind of break that record. That's what we need to do. If we're serious and we're, looking to close the gap between, well, I don't know about Liverpool this season, whether they bounce back or not, but especially with Man City, these are the games we need to try and get that hoodoo off us. So, I'm going with a 2-1. I'm not going to say I'm confident, like, oh my God, we're definitely winning, but I'm a lot more optimistic as we're going into it with a different mindset. So that will always help.
Cool. And Cass, finally come to you. Prediction on the game?
Cass, you nervous?
I was going to say 2-1, but now I'm going to say 2-0. Yeah, I think it's 2-0 now.
You said 2-0. I kept mentioning stuff.
No, I said 2-1. I've already said 2. I've already said 2-1 before, and now I'm saying 2-0. I've said 2-1. I've got it documented pretty much everywhere. But anyways, I'm saying 2-0 because I'm a little bit more confident. I don't think Odegaard's going to really stay and do much as he can, but he'll be off the pitch at some point. I just want to point out something before we leave, though.
Go on.
Liverpool, yeah. Liverpool, yeah. They drew 8 games last season and lost 2. This season they've lost 1 and already drawn 3. I just wanted to point that out. Top 2's looking long, isn't it? But it doesn't matter. It's not a trophy to second place, is it?
I feel like there's going to be a point this season where I switch my because I've kind of nah, fuck United. I'm going at Liverpool, but I feel like at some point this season it's going to switch over.
I hope so. That means we're doing bits. So I hope so. I hope that's the case.
I don't mind.
I hope that's the case.
Never ignored.
Anyway,
I can't wait.
UCL starts now, so fresh start.
It's all right. That's where you can actually get a win. But
there we go. Anyway, it promises to be an electric game down at Old Trafford tomorrow. 4:30 kickoff. United v Arsenal in the Premier League. Right. Let's shout out the panel. Shout out to Jords. Apparently his laptop charger died or battery died, so he's headed out. So big up to him for locking in, coming in and talking on Spurs. Monts, as always, it's been a pleasure, brother. Where can people find you? Where do you live and stuff like not really the way.
It's in the title, Monts, by the way.
I know, yeah. But I'm just saying.
Please, guys, just go subscribe to Big Six Bands. They're gonna fuck me up tomorrow in the round. Cool. Yeah. I need, at least there's going to be a loser. There's going to be a loser out of Casey and Kaz and Corey. There's going to be a loser or something like that. So maybe I can be shameless. That's what I'm hoping for.
Can't be worse than trying against Everton, but yeah.
We're not playing them yet. Wait, just hold your horses. Roy, thank you so much for coming in, talking everything Chelsea. Where can people find you? And yeah, shout yourself out.
Yeah, just at _CFC Roy on Twitter. If you get triggered when people slander your club, then maybe my account's not the place for you. I slander everyone, anyone can get it. But yeah, I am analytical if I want to be. I can be serious. I can talk ball. But yeah, that's where you can find me, man. Scrubs and Scholars football show as well. Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, got content coming soon. So yeah, make sure you tune into that as
Description below. Description
There we
below.
go.
All the
That's all in the
socials.
description below. But we like to people to talk themselves up, Cass. Sell themselves as a product. Souls, we'll come to you last then. Yeah, obviously, I can't say I'm going to say good luck or anything like that, obviously, because I want you to lose, and lose badly tomorrow.
Fuck both teams, man.
Yeah. Where can people find you on the internet?
Yeah, so 11:30 tomorrow, we've got the Arsenal show on Never a Foul, so make sure you tune into that. I thought I'd get that plug in there. And yeah, it's just Gunnar Souls on Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch. There will be content coming soon on there, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cool. Anything you two want to say?
Yeah, just like on your way out if you haven't, man.
Having to put up with these type of people like this guy below me is hard work. So hold tight, Double A.
Oh man, can't believe it.
Anyway, that's it from us. Thanks for locking in. Like Cass said, make sure you're hitting the like on your way out. Subscribe to the channel as well, because you're not getting this good of content anywhere else on the internet when it comes to football content. So yeah, make sure you lock to everything. Never a foul. I've been Double A. These have been amazing panelists. We'll see you very soon. Have a good evening. See you soon, and come on, United.